Before we get into today's program, there's an important opportunity I want to share with you over these next couple of minutes. The semi-annual Big 5 Lab Bundle sale happening now through next Sunday. Taking control of your health has never been easier, and saving $1,000 in this huge semi-annual event for the Big 5 Functional Medicine Lab Bundle is a win-win. These are the exact top 5 lab tests I recommend to every new wellness client in our integrative health practice that are ready to stop the guessing and finally take a comprehensive deep dive into their overall health and well-being. Each of these labs offers a unique perspective of assessing the body and how certain underlying imbalances may be holding you back from achieving your optimal level of health and vitality. By running the Big 5 Functional Medicine lab tests, you will have the ability to actually discover what your deficiencies and toxicities are. And from there, you can then build your body back up while ridding it of toxins that are stealing your energy and performance and having you feeling less than your best. The Big 5 consists of the Minerals and Metals test, the complete Candida Metabolic and Vitamins test, the IgG Food Sensitivity test, the Omega-3 and Inflammation test, and the complete Stress, Mood, and Metabolism test. Each of these state-of-the-art labs were specifically chosen for ease of use. That means I can mail these labs directly to you and they can be completed by you right at home. And that translates to better compliance, faster results, and happier, healthier clients. Plus, included in this big money-saving package, you'll receive a coaching call with a certified integrative health practitioner to review your lab results. This is the time of year that I personally run my own Big 5 labs to stay on track with my energy and performance. It's time to stop guessing and finally take back control of your health and body. This opportunity for big savings on the Big 5 won't happen again until next year, so get started with the link in the show notes before the offer expires. Now enjoy the show. Today's episode, how to transform your mind, body, and business with integrative health. Exactly what is integrative health anyways? If you're a busy entrepreneur and don't have downtime planned and you're scheduled to be sick and tired, then today's program is for you. You're going to want to tune in to this episode to learn how to transform your mind, body, and business with integrative health. Hello, I'm Jeffrey Mort. If you're like most entrepreneurs, you're busy taking care of business, yet who's taking care of you? As a certified integrative health practitioner and consulting hypnotist, I'm widely considered a leader for naturally improving energy and performance, as I've coached world-renowned entrepreneurs and athletes to higher performance health and unstoppable confidence. Here you'll find no wasted time as we distill my unique blend of functional medicine, ancient wisdom, and subconscious reprogramming into actionable steps to create ultra-healthy and laser-focused super achievers. If you're ready to take your energy and performance to the next level in your life and your business, then this podcast is for you, because today you're going to start breaking boundaries of your mind, body, and business with integrative health. And when you do that, your possibilities are limitless. I'm grateful you're here. When it comes to your personal health, your doctor is not smarter than you. And if they were, you'd be getting the help you need rather than wondering if it's all in your head. I want you to know 2 things. 1, you're not going crazy. And 2, getting older does not have to suck. Welcome to Breaking Boundaries Podcast. I'm your host, Jeffrey Mort, and I am grateful for you joining us here today in this program. As a busy entrepreneur, sick days are not an option. They really are not. You have client calls, you have team meetings, and if you're a solopreneur, you're wearing all of the hats. I know what that's like too. When you're busy taking care of business, who's taking care of you? Today, we're going to talk about the root cause of problems and what is integrative health. You know, a root cause of problems, you may have issues like brain fog, poor sleep, hormone imbalance, digestive issues. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But a root cause of all of those could certainly be stress. And more importantly, how your body handles that stress. When stress goes unchecked and undealt with, it starts the burning out process. Then, of course, that leads to the burnt out end result. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants to go there. And, you know, how I know is because I've been burnt out before. And I know what that feels like. And it's not fun. It's something that I don't wish on anybody. As long as I've been an integrative health practitioner and reading functional medicine labs, I know what the warning signs are. I know what the symptoms are, and I know what burning out looks like on labs, and I know what burnt out looks like on labs. And these are labs that your conventional medicine doctor typically doesn't even have access to, believe it or not. As a integrative health practitioner, I'm blessed to have access to be able to administer these labs to clients that naturopathic doctors use, but not medical doctors. And of course, we'll get to this in a little bit. The labs that your medical doctors have at their disposal are also useful, and I can use that information as an integrative health practitioner to make decisions for a client and which direction to go. But the at-home labs that we do, the functional medicine labs, are just amazing. So, anyways, back to today's episode here. The root cause of the problem and stress. How is this a boundary? Well, your health is your greatest asset, and everything else downstream is affected by it, right? Relationships are affected by your poor health or your good health. Your career is affected by how you are standing in your health, your family activities, your mood, your exercise regimen, playtime, right? The fun activities that you do. If you're not feeling well, you don't want to nurture your relationship. If you're not feeling well, you're not all in on your career. If you're not feeling well, you don't feel up to doing, family activities. It takes a lot of energy to plan a family vacation. I know I just got back from one not that long ago. It was fantastic. We went and played in the snow in northern Maine, and it took quite a bit of energy to do that. And I'm grateful that I have that. It affects your mood, right? If you're in poor health, you're not in a good mood. You don't feel like going to the gym. You don't feel like doing, going out at night for entertainment or to, hang out with friends or whatever the case may be. So how can you manage life and business if you are not 100%? You can't. Imagine life without those problems. Imagine for a moment waking up refreshed, having lots and lots of energy, endless energy, having no restrictions on your range of motion, having clarity, having no brain fog. Brain fog is such a big hindrance to a lot of my clients and a lot of entrepreneurs. To be able to move through your day with ease and flow and not have any, digestive issues, to have less stress, no overwhelm. Just imagine what it's like to be able to finish your work on time because you're so productive and you don't have that afternoon crash. You're not turning to caffeine in the afternoon to ramp up your energy just so you can finish the day and make it home at night. You have energy for your relationships. You're in a good mood. You have great libido. Who doesn't want that? You have satisfaction at the end of the day with what you've accomplished. You have time for reflection and you're grateful, and you get to bed on time and you get a great night's sleep and you get to do it all again the next day. I want you to know that you can live life this way every single day. It's possible. Every single day you can have all that. And you're probably wondering, how can I break that boundary? Well, remember, your doctor, as I said at the beginning, is not smarter than you. First things first, you know your body and what it's telling you better than anyone can. However, you may or may not know what to address first. You don't know, should I be working on my digestion? Should I be working on my hormones? Now, if you go to your primary care physician with digestive problems, they're going to tell you you have irritable bowel syndrome. Well, that's why you went there. You know this. And, you leave there with a diagnosis and really nothing that they can do for you. If your hormones are out of balance, which, they're looking at that through blood serum usually, and that's not the best way to look at hormone imbalances. I've seen blood serum labs that say that one particular hormone was low, and then of course we look at that in saliva, which is the best way to look at hormones, and they are elevated and through the roof. And the MD was recommending hormone replacement therapy, and that just would have sent this client even deeper into this downward spiral that they were in. So you don't know whether to address the hormones like we were talking about, or the stress, or the sleep, or maybe the headaches, or low energy, or maybe you don't even know how to address those. Yeah, and I can almost assure you that your medical doctor, your primary care physician, they don't know either. They really don't. And I'll get to that in a minute. Now, I'm not against medical doctors. I'm not against primary care physicians. I'm not against registered nurses. Registered nurses are amazing. They have that bedside manner. They really want to work with their clients and get them feeling better. I mean, the doctors do too. I practice integrative health, not alternative health. What I do is not an alternative to conventional medicine. It's an integration with conventional medicine. And I often work with clients and their medical specialists. There's certain blood tests, like I was mentioning, that I don't have access to that give me great information as far as where a client is. And then there are labs that I can do that a primary care physician cannot do. And, that brings it all together on exactly where a client stands. And there's things like, radiology and other lab tech activities that conventional medicine offers that are definitely, helpful to know if, let's say radiology, they can look at the liver to know if there's any inflammation in the liver. They can look to see if there's gallstones. They can look, of course, to see if, something's broken with, x-rays or anything like that. Fractures, take a look at the spine, what the discs looks like, things along those lines. Functional medicine versus conventional medicine. What is functional medicine? Well, it's the opposite of dysfunctional medicine, as I like to joke, and it's medicine that works. It's medicine that is functional, and what we do is we look at the functional range, whereas conventional medicine, it's a disease model. You're either in disease or out of disease, and if you're not in the disease state, then your labs are fine. Whereas in functional medicine, if you're not in a disease state, we can see if you're close to it. We can see if you're the functionally low or functionally high end of the lab, whatever it is, whether it's, inflammation, whether it's stress or cortisol or hormones or estrogen or progesterone or whatever the case may be. We can see exactly where the client is, and then we can track that progress as we work with them. And, again, no disrespect to medical doctors, to surgeons, to primary care physicians, to RNs. We need them. We absolutely need them for acute care, but certainly not for, for chronic health issues like 67% of Americans suffer from. The medical doctors, surgeons, primary care physicians, registered nurses, they all take the do no harm oath, and they really got into their practice so that they can help other people. And I certainly respect that. And that's why I do what I do, so that I can help other people with integrative medicine. They're limited to what curriculum they were taught in medical school. It's unfortunate. They're not taught much on nutrition, if anything at all. A little bit on toxicology, but not really how to remove those toxins. And, the list goes on, because the medical school curriculum is laid out by the people that fund the medical school, which is the pharmaceutical companies at the other end. They are in, direct relation with what is taught in medical school, so that the doctors are programmed to administer the pharmaceuticals. That's the model, right? You get sick, you go to the doctor, they diagnose you with something, and they prescribe a medication, and there is the cycle. And then, a lot of people are turning away from that because they don't believe in it any longer. And they feel as though that, maybe there's something beyond conventional medicine. And that's what we're talking about today. So today's episode is really about what is integrative health. And if you're not familiar with the term, we're going to introduce you to that and exactly what that consists of here today. Let's dive into the 8 integrative disciplines that I use in my practice that can help you with your greatest asset and improve your bottom line, like we talked about earlier. If you can break those health boundaries that are holding you back, and you can have more energy and more clarity and be more productive and be in a better mood, that is definitely going to help with attracting the right people into your business and help you in your entrepreneurial journey and in your personal life as well. So number 1 is Ayurvedic medicine. You probably heard the term Ayurveda before, and that is the science of life. Ayurveda is, to sum it up in one phrase, it would be the science of life. And Ayurveda is a 6,000-year-old modality of medicine that is, it's actually the oldest modality of medicine, or oldest discipline, that is still in practice today. It's just an amazing discipline. So I'm not going to spend too much time on each one of these, because I want to keep these episodes, consumable for you. So next is bioregulatory medicine. Sounds like a big word. It is the science of self-healing. Bio means biology, bio means life, and regulatory means regulation. So the regulation of biology, that is the science of self-healing. If the body is regulated, if it is in balance, if it is in equilibrium, then it heals itself. Just like if you cut your finger in the kitchen, and it heals. How does it do that? Well, every part of your body has that ability to heal itself. You break a bone, it mends, right? Every part of your body has that. And there's things that can limit the healing process. We can get into that towards the end of this, and that would be what you believe about your body's ability to heal. So next is TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, which also includes herbalism. Herbalism is a big part of traditional Chinese medicine. And that is using the power of herbs and energy practice to enhance overall wellness. And this is one that's really near and dear to my heart, because it was my lead domino, as I like to say, into the wellness space. Because when my health was in a downward spiral, and boy, was I a mess. I was a very unhealthy individual. I had many unhealthy habits that we won't dive into in this show. But back in the day, I decided that I needed to do something, and traditional Chinese medicine was my lead domino into that. And it was, I actually have a book right here. If you can see that, if you're watching on video, this is the Qigong Empowerment. This is a manual, a Bible for me. This is like a religion for me, not just Qigong, but Tai Chi. And if you want to know the difference between Tai Chi and Qigong, we can certainly do an episode on that. But Qigong, spelled Qigong, translates into Qi is energy and Gong is practice. And through this energy practice, you can actually cultivate energy. This book here is a guide to medical, Taoist, Buddhist, Wushu energy cultivation. So just an amazing book, not just medical, but there's also, you can get into like Iron Shirt, Qigong, where it's just incredible athletes performing the style. So anyways, that was my lead domino into that, was Qigong and Tai Chi. Qigong, if there was an umbrella, Qigong would be the umbrella, and then under that would be different disciplines of that, like Tai Chi and Bagua Zhang and Jingyi, and different types of martial arts that are also a health practice as well. So next in integrative health, Eastern philosophy, using the mind to heal the body. And when I'm talking about Eastern philosophy, I'm talking about things like Hermetic philosophy and Taoism and Buddhism and Wushu philosophy and Hindu philosophy, is which Ayurveda comes from. That is using the mind to heal the body. That is your thought process and what you believe. And we'll get into a little bit more of that when we're talking about our last modality here today. Next is traditional naturopathy, and that's using right living to rebalance the body, using right living properly, living right, living with nature and in harmony with nature. Naturopathy together with nature. It's an amazing modality. And, when I talk about naturopathic doctors, this is what they study, is naturopathy. And it's just amazing. If you have the opportunity, if you don't want to go the conventional medicine route, and you don't want to work with an integrative health practitioner, you can definitely go directly to a naturopathic doctor, an ND, and they have access to the functional medicine labs that I was speaking about earlier. So next is orthomolecular medicine, and these, again, sounds like a big word, but orthomolecular medicine is the right molecules in the right amounts. Very important for balanced health, for reaching equilibrium and getting the body to be in balance. The molecules in our body, whether they're hormones, whether they're minerals or vitamins, all of those are molecules, and we need those in the right amount. Too many, we're not well. Too little, we're not well. Too much of one and not enough of another, we're not well, because these things work in synergy. They work in balance. They work like on a seesaw. And for instance, cortisol is our stress hormone, and it is inversely proportional to the secretion of melatonin. So if you are under stress and you have too much cortisol in your body, you're not going to release melatonin to get that good night's sleep. So you see how these things are in balance. And, some other Minerals that have balance are like calcium and magnesium. Those work in balance. Sodium and potassium, those work in balance. These all have a proper ratio to maintain. And, if we have too much calcium and not enough magnesium, which is typical of most people, we're going to end up with many, many health problems down the road or immediately until we get those things balanced. So orthomolecular medicine is the discipline for that. Next is functional medicine, and that is helping people at a functional, not disease level. And, this is modern day naturopathic medicine is functional medicine. It's a good way to sum that up. And this is where, it's the state of the art. It's the state of the art when it comes to lab testing. It's the state of the art when it comes to helping people at a functional level, not a disease level. And then last but not least, transformational hypnosis. And this is tapping into the subconscious mind to create desirable and lasting changes, right? We are all programmed. We are all indoctrinated from birth, and primarily from 0 to 7 years old. And in future episodes, I'll get deeper into this. As a matter of fact, what we're going to do here in the Breaking Boundaries podcast is we're going to alternate our episodes. And one episode, let's say the even episodes, we're going to talk about health and integrative health using functional medicine and all of these different modalities here on how those can help you in your entrepreneurial journey and in your life. And then on the odd episodes, we're going to be talking about transformation at a subconscious level. We're going to be talking about the power of your subconscious mind. We're going to be tapping into the subconscious to be able to create lasting change and overcome those programs that just don't serve you anymore. Transformational hypnosis is the eighth modality or eighth discipline of health that I utilize in our private wellness practice to help other people. To recap, integrative health, it can transform your mind, it can transform your body, and it can transform your business. And how long does it take? It take as little as 3 weeks. You can see some amazing results with your mind, your body, and in your business when these eight disciplines are applied to your health, along with what we call the de-stress protocol. And that'll be coming up in a later episode. We'll break down the de-stress protocol and exactly what that is and how it can help you. You're going to feel better. You're going to sleep better. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have clearer cognitive function. You're going to have improved personal and professional performance in your life, and you're going to break those boundaries. Most entrepreneurs want to learn more before getting started. I'd love to hop on a call with you, have a one-to-one conversation with you. Absolutely no obligations. Schedule yours over at our private wellness practice, loveenergywellness.com, www.loveenergywellness, all one word, .com. And you can check us out over there and have a look around, and you can schedule your call over there. Really easy to do. And I'd love to have a conversation with you to find out what's holding you back and what would you like to change in your life, whether it's your health and some boundaries there that you want to break through in your health, or whether it's your mindset and just how to get out of your own way and be unstoppable in your future self. So that would be amazing, and I'd love to have that conversation with you. So thank you so much. I've enjoyed talking with you today on this second episode of the Breaking Boundaries podcast. I've got so much helpful information in the pipeline for you. I can't wait to see you next time. So together we can keep breaking those boundaries. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Before we say goodbye, you may not have realized it, but you can get free daily access to our thriving Love Energy Wellness community and support group, where you'll join health-conscious entrepreneurs just like you. I know you're concerned about your health, energy, and performance. That's why I personally answer your questions daily, invite you to our weekly live calls, and share pro-wellness tips for energy and performance, and exclusive offers just for our community members. This is also your support hub when we gather every 90 days for a total body and mind reset, also known as the world-renowned Dr. Cabral Functional Medicine Detox Protocol. You're going to love the way you feel every time. So if you're the kind of entrepreneur that values your health as your greatest asset, Naturally, you'll want to join and invite your friends, your family, and your colleagues to our community where you'll feel loved, supported, seen, and heard. Visit loveenergywellness.com to join the community, or the link is also right here in today's show notes. I'll see you soon.